Lisbon is a city like no others. And if this is your first time in Lisbon, you're in for something special. Golden light bouncing off tiled buildings, the sound of trams climbing steep hills, the smell of fresh pastries drifting through narrow streets, and viewpoints that open up to rooftops, river, and sea. But here's the thing. If it's your first visit, it's easy to miss what makes Lisbon truly magical. You can see the landmarks, sure, but to really experience the city, you need to know where to go and what not to skip. So in this video, we'll show you the 10 things you absolutely need to do if it's your first time in Lisbon. Let's get started. 1. Get lost in Alfama. Start in Alfama, Lisbon's oldest neighborhood. This is the soul of the city. Wander the narrow, winding streets. Don't use Google Maps too much. Getting lost is part of the magic. Laundry hangs between buildings, locals chat from balconies, and every corner feels like a postcard. Stop at a small cafe, order a coffee, slow down. At night, this is also where you'll hear traditional fado music drifting through open doors. Emotional, haunting, and deeply Portuguese. 2. Ride the iconic Tram 28. You can't come to Lisbon and not ride Tram 28. Yes, it's touristy, and yes, it can be crowded, but it's also one of the most unique and scenic ways to experience the city. This isn't just public transport, it's a moving postcard. The vintage yellow tram rattles and squeaks as it climbs impossibly steep hills, squeezing through narrow streets that feel barely wide enough. At times, it passes so close to buildings you could almost touch the walls from your seat. In just one ride, you get a rolling introduction to the city's architecture, daily life, and dramatic hills. Tram 28 isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's about slowing down, holding onto the wooden seat in front of you, and letting Lisbon unfold outside the window, one hill at a time. Pro tip: go early in the morning to avoid long lines. 3. Visit Belém for Pastéis de Nata. Head west to the riverside district of Belém. This is where Portugal's most famous pastry was born. At Pastéis de Belém, they've been making these legendary custard tarts since 1837. Warm, flaky, slightly caramelized on top. Sprinkle some cinnamon, add powdered sugar, and just accept that you'll probably order a second one, or a third. And while you're in Belém, take a short walk down to the river and visit the Belém Tower. Standing right at the water's edge, this 16th century fortress once guarded the entrance to Lisbon's harbor. It's small, elegant, and incredibly photogenic, especially in the late afternoon light. It's the perfect place to pause, feel the ocean breeze, and imagine the ships that once sailed from here into the unknown. 4. Climb up to São Jorge Castle. For one of the best views in the city, head up to São Jorge Castle. Perched high above Lisbon, this historic fortress dates back to Moorish times. Walk along the ancient stone walls, look out over red rooftops and the Tagus River, and take your time. There's something powerful about seeing the entire city spread out beneath you. It gives you perspective on Lisbon's history and on just how beautiful this place really is. 5. Walk along Praça do Comércio. Make your way to Praça do Comércio, Lisbon's grand riverside square. This is where the city opens up to the Tagus River. Walk under the impressive Arco da Rua Augusta, stroll along the waterfront, and imagine the age of explorers who once departed from this very spot. It's open, elegant, and full of history. 6. Cross the 25 de Abril Bridge. Often compared to the Golden Gate Bridge, the 25 de Abril Bridge stretches dramatically across the Tagus River and connects Lisbon to the city of Almada. Whether you drive, take the train, or simply admire it from the waterfront, the bridge instantly gives Lisbon a cinematic feel. Its deep red color glowing in the late afternoon light, boats passing underneath, the city skyline rising behind it, it's one of those views that makes you stop and just take it all in. For one of the best perspectives, head across the river to visit the Christ the King statue. From up there, you'll get a sweeping panoramic view over Lisbon's rooftops, the river, and the bridge stretching into the distance. And if you time it for sunset, even better. As the sky turns soft pink and orange, and the city lights slowly begin to flicker on, Lisbon feels calm, almost dreamlike. It's the perfect reminder that sometimes the best way to see a city is from a little bit of distance. 7. Watch the sunset at Miradouro da Senhora do Monte. Lisbon is famous for its viewpoints, known as miradouros, and one of the most breathtaking is Miradouro da Senhora do Monte. Come here just before sunset. Bring a drink, sit on the wall, and watch the sky turn pink and orange as church domes and rooftops glow in golden light. This is Lisbon at its most romantic. 8. Take a day trip to Sintra. If you have extra time, take a short train ride to Sintra. This fairy tale town feels like another world. Visit the colorful Pana Palace, explore mysterious gardens at Quinta da Regaleira, and wander through misty forests and hidden tunnels. It's magical and completely different from Lisbon. 9. Ride the Santa Justa lift. Right in the heart of the city stands one of Lisbon's most unique landmarks, the Santa Justa lift. This neo-Gothic iron elevator connects the lower streets of Baixa with the higher Carmo district. And riding it feels like stepping back in time. As you slowly rise above the rooftops, the city begins to open up around you. When you reach the top, step out onto the viewing platform. From here, you'll see red rooftops stretching toward the river, the ruins of Carmo Convent, and the layered hills that make Lisbon so dramatic. It's not just about getting up a hill, it's about that moment when the doors open and the whole city reveals itself beneath you. Pro tip: go early or later in the evening to avoid the longest lines, or walk up and just pay for the viewpoint access at the top. 10. Step inside Jerónimos Monastery. If there's one place that truly captures Portugal's golden age of exploration, it's Jerónimos Monastery. Located in Belém, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is one of the most impressive buildings in the entire country. Step inside and walk through the grand cloisters. Notice the intricate stone carvings, ropes, sea creatures, and maritime symbols carved into the arches. Every detail tells a story of explorers, voyages, and a time when Portugal helped shape the world. The scale is breathtaking, the symmetry is perfect, and the atmosphere feels almost sacred. Take your time here, slow down, look up, because this isn't just another historic building, it's a reminder of Lisbon's power, ambition, and deep connection to the sea. And it's the perfect final stop on your first trip to this unforgettable city. Lisbon isn't just a destination, it's a mood. It's the glow of the city at golden hour, the sound of footsteps on cobblestone, the taste of cinnamon and espresso in the afternoon. It's getting lost on purpose, climbing one more hill, finding one more viewpoint, and somehow every corner feels like it was waiting for you to discover it. So, take your time here. Let the city unfold slowly. Because Lisbon isn't about rushing from site to site, it's about the feeling in between. If this guide helped you plan your first trip, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more travel inspiration. And until the next adventure, enjoy every step of Lisbon.